Did you know that a 1 to 2 second difference in how long your video is on Instagram could be the difference between you going viral or your video getting stuck and flopping? Or maybe you didn't realize that Instagram just released a brand new feature that makes it easier than ever before for small accounts on Instagram to go viral, especially if they don't want to invest a lot of time into creating content or figuring out what's going to work. Well, those two things are absolutely nothing, because by the end of this video, you're going to know the 5 changes you need to make on Instagram right now in order to go viral in 2025. Because I just helped this creator do it, this creator do it, and this creator do it, and by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly what you need to do the same exact thing. And by the way, it doesn't matter what niche you're in, how much experience you have, none of that stuff matters, because these 5 changes are gonna take the luck out of going viral on Instagram. Change number 1 is you need to make sure that the length of content that you're about to post is correct for the type of content that you're going to be posting, because depending on the format in which you're posting, it's going to drastically change how long your content should actually be. And if you make your content just a few seconds too long or a few seconds too short, it could be the reason you don't get the reach that you want. So the first length that you need to be focused on is going to be 5 to 11 seconds. But I will warn you, I would not create content less than 5 seconds long, because this could increase the odds that Instagram actually doesn't push out your post at all, and instead it gets stuck. Now, 5 to 11 second posts should be one of 2 formats. Either 1, a meme, 2, a really short point of view video, or 3, it needs to be a video where most of the value is in the description. Essentially, what you need to happen in one of these videos is either 1, the viewer watches the video multiple times, 2, they share it with somebody immediately, or 3, they go into the description to read where the description is longer than the post itself, and then as a result, they end up watching the video multiple times, which leads to over 100% average view duration, and then Instagram makes your post go viral. The second length that's working right now is going to be 17 to 24 seconds. This type of content works really well for talking head videos or for short skits. And I'm not talking about really short skits, because that could be 5 to 11 seconds, but for longer skits. Essentially, this is where you're going to be able to get some information across, or where you could start to experiment with storytelling. Please do not make your post though outside of this range. If you make a video that's 15 seconds or that's 30 seconds, you're going to be in the dead range on Instagram. Instead, you want to stick to 17 to 24 seconds, because that's a sweet spot where it's really easy to create a piece of content in that length, and you can get enough information across while still not boring the viewer. Because after 24 seconds, they're going to start to reevaluate whether or not they actually want to continue watching the piece of content you created. And in most cases, that's going to be a no unless you implement this next hack. And that's going to be the final content length, which is going to be 55 to 60 seconds long. But I will warn you, I would strongly suggest that you start with 5 to 11 seconds and 17 to 24 seconds. If you've never gone viral before on Instagram, those lengths are way easier to go viral. But if you're really good at creating content, making a video that is 55 to 60 seconds long is basically guaranteed to go viral on Instagram. Let me show you a few examples. Okay, so if you're gonna make a video that's in that 55 to 60 second length, that's exactly what Tuvok does. And as we can see here, he literally goes viral every single time that he uploads to Instagram. And the reason for that is because his content has a lot of storytelling. Let's look at this video right here, 1.3 million views. It says rating strangers' rugby skills. So as we can see here, he's going through and he's tossing this rugby ball to a bunch of different strangers, and then they have to kick it. This is great storytelling. Why? Because he rates everybody, and there's always another person, and guess what? If you watch the first one, odds are you are going to continue to watch the rest of them. In addition to that, that's not the only way to do this. Nick does this right here, where he got 2.8 million views, where he pans over a bunch of different credit cards that you should have based on your goal, and then he walks you through each one of these things. And guess what this does? Again, great storytelling. So if you don't have great storytelling within your content, you shouldn't be uploading content in that 55 to 60 second range. But if you do, this is quite frankly the easiest way to go viral. Change number 2 is that you need to make sure you're putting the right metadata in your posts, because Instagram is becoming niche specific right now. What do I mean by that? They're not just going to show your content to everybody like they used to. Instead, they're only going to show your content to people that have interacted with the content that you are creating in the last 24 to 72 hours. Now, in order to do this, you just need to pay attention to what you're saying within your videos, what keywords you have in your bio, what keywords you have in your hashtags, what keywords you have showing as text on the screen, and what keywords are showing in your description. Let me show you. So for example, if we take Nick's video into consideration right here, where he has literally gotten 2.8 million views, what we're going to see here is in the voiceover right here, it says the exact order in which you should be applying for all of your credit cards. In addition to that, if we come to the description, it says here's the exact order to get the best credit cards. So he has credit cards showing both his text on the screen as a voiceover and in his description. Now, if we scroll up to Nick's bio up here, what we're going to see is that he also has it right here within his story highlights, and he has credit shows twice in the bio of his page. And if we come over here to all the other accounts that Instagram is suggesting based on his content, we're going to see that it's a bunch of other people that post about credit cards, post about credit, and that post about finance. In fact, this person has credit in his name, and so does this person. And that is why Instagram is correctly able to identify, hey, we know exactly who to show this person's content to, because if you don't have those things every single time that you post, guess what? Instagram is going to be confused and they're not actually going to know who to show your content to. Now this leads me to change number 3, which is how important the topic that you are creating content on. I cannot emphasize this enough. You can make the best video in the world, but if it's on the wrong topic, you are not going to go viral on Instagram. And lucky for you, today's video sponsor Metricool makes finding the right topic for your content incredibly easy. Because with just a few clicks, you're going to be able to add all your competitors into a list, and then you are going to be able to see how often they post, what's getting them the most engagement, how many views they're actually pulling in, and exactly what is trending right now. This means you don't have to guess anymore on what your ideal audience wants to see, because you're literally going to be able to check in one view exactly what they're interacting with right now, so that you also can create a video on that topic and go viral. In fact, I love Metricool so much that I convinced them to give you 30 days free access to any of their pro plans with code Robert. All you have to do to claim that is go to the pinned comment below. Trust me, this is going to be a game changer if you want to go viral on Instagram, get more views, and grow faster. Because the value with Metricool doesn't stop there. They also have an AI description generator, and they have a hashtag tool that literally shows you the perfect description to write based on the keyword that you want to show in your description, and the perfect hashtags used based on the topic of your content. In fact, this makes it foolproof, so you always have the perfect description and the perfect hashtags, which again are those metadata that Instagram is looking at in order to determine if they should show your content to the right people. So what are you waiting for? If you're serious about going viral on Instagram and getting more followers right now, you need to go to that pinned comment below and sign up for 30 days free access to any of Metricool's premium plans with code Robert. Now, change number 3 is you need to stop creating new content every single day. I cannot emphasize this enough. The creators that are growing the quickest on Instagram don't make new content every single day. Instead, they heavily rely on remix memes and reposting content. Why? Because on Instagram, they're not going to penalize you for reposting content that has done really well on your page before in the past. So anything that's done above average before in the past, you can download it again without the watermark, upload it, put a new description, put new hashtags, and guess what this is going to do? This is going to allow you to get more content out, to get more followers without having to create new content. In addition to that, doing remix memes, like what this creator does a really good job at, is going to make it way easier for you to grow on Instagram, because your ideal audience interacts with these memes, comments on these memes, shares these memes, and it convinces them to follow you because it makes them think that you truly understand who they are. In addition to that, it literally takes just a few minutes for you to be able to find these. Just put your niche into the search bar on Instagram and then memes, and you are going to see a bunch of trending memes. And all you have to do is remix one of those by clicking the 3 dots in the bottom right hand corner, click on remix, throw a description on there, and boom, you have a new post on Instagram that could potentially go viral. Now, change number 4 is you need to make sure that you're posting at the right time on Instagram. I cannot emphasize this enough. I've seen creators post the same exact video, but post it at the wrong time and the video flops, or post it at the right time and the video goes viral, getting them millions of views. So here are the 3 best times for you to be posting right now. The first one is going to be from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. The second, from 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. And then finally, from 7:30 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. But remember, there are a few mistakes you need to make sure that you're avoiding. First and foremost, you need to wait at least an hour in between posts on Instagram. If you don't do this, it's gonna make it way harder for you to grow and decrease the odds that you go viral. Secondly, you need to make sure that you're posting at these times for where your ideal followers are located. In order to figure this out, you could literally just go into your analytics and see what times your followers are online, and then you wanna line that up with these posting times. And then finally, you also need to take into consideration what times have worked for you the best in the past. So what I want you to do is look at your above average posts as of recent, see what time they were posted, and ideally, that's the time that you should be posting at every day. Now this brings me to the last and most important change that you need to make if you want to be optimizing for non-follower reach right now. And that is that you need to be paying attention to the 3 things that non-followers are going to look at before they determine whether or not they should watch your content. Now the first thing on that list is that you're using the right color text on the screen. So look at this color and I want you to remember it. Now we'll skip that one, look at this color, skip this one, look at this color, skip this one, look at this color, and we'll do one more, look at this color. What have you noticed? Literally every single video that is on the Reels feed is either black or white text or a bright color like yellow. And the reason for that is because it's easiest on the eyes and it captures people's attention the best. So you should stop creating content that has blue in there. You should stop creating content that has purple, that has pink. Stop using all these random colors because Instagram doesn't actually want to push those out. Instagram only wants to push out videos that have black and white text and also a bright color like a yellow. If you just simply make this change, especially in the beginning of your videos, it's going to increase the odds that people actually watch your content as opposed to not watching it. In fact, the only other color that I would experiment with would be red, and that's going to lead us into change number 2. And that is that I would strongly suggest that you begin building your hooks based off the negative. I'm not telling you to become a negative Nancy and only talk about negative things on Instagram, but what I am telling you is that your ideal viewer, aka your non-follower, is going to go to a lot longer of a length to not look like an idiot or to not mess something up versus to do something right. For example, instead of telling your ideal followers, hey, you need to do these exercises in order to get bigger biceps, you need to tell them that you need to stop doing these things if you want your biceps to grow, or you need to stop eating these foods if you want to lose weight, or whatever the case is. Basically, you just want to take what your normal hook would be and then change it to have it be that your ideal viewer is going to be avoiding pain. What this is going to do is set off alarm bells in your viewer's head, and it's going to increase the odds that they actually watch your content, especially if they don't know who you are. Why? Because like I shared with you earlier, it's literally a psychological bias as humans that we will go to a lot longer of a length to avoid pain than we will to gain something. So if you start to frame your content like that, it's going to increase the odds that people that don't know who you are actually watch your videos. Now, the final thing you need to be paying attention to is how big the audience actually is for the content that you're going to be uploading. For example, let's say that I had 2 video ideas. I had a video about making content for affiliate marketing or affiliate marketing for beginners. I could look this up and see 3.9 million views, 1.9 million views, 8.9 million views, and a bunch of other videos that have gotten hundreds of thousands of views. Now, if I type in affiliate marketing for beginners, what am I going to see? I'm going to see 3.9 million views, 2.1 million views, 1.8 million views. Now, both of these are around the same, but essentially, I could compare now which video topic is going to get me the most views. And you need to do this every single time that you go to post something, because I cannot emphasize this enough. Literally, a 1 to 2 word difference could be the difference between your video going viral or your video flopping, so you need to do this search every single time you go to create something. Now at this point, there's only 1 or 2 reasons you're not getting the views that you want to on Instagram right now. Either 1, you haven't implemented everything that I just shared with you, or 2, you're really struggling and just don't know what you need to do. In which case, I personally want to work with you one-on-one in order to guarantee I can help you go viral on Instagram and grow faster. If that sounds interesting, well please check out this video right here that walks you through the 3 different ways that we can work together so I can guarantee I help you grow quicker on Instagram. I'll see you over there.